Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 120, and as always, thank you so much for joining me today and listening in. If you are new, welcome and check out some of the other episodes on the page. All episodes are available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, so make sure you are subscribed so you can get notified for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at the SkyLounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5UNG. Let's get started. Okay, topic of the week this week: sensitive, sniveling, and psychologically shook yellow belly. Just do your job. Who's the yellow belly? Me, motherfucker, me! Me! This is self-assessment shit. Most of these topic of the weeks, I swear to God, man, unless I'm flat out telling you I'm gonna be telling you a story, I'm gonna do some special shit, most of the times I'm talking about me. I am super egocentric motherfucker right here. And here's the thing. Here's my ultimate thing with self-assessment, all this shit. I am man enough to admit my mistakes, right? I know when I fucked up, right? And if I've proven to have fucked up, I'll admit to it, right? And here's the thing. As much as I try not to give a fuck, I do give a fuck. It just comes, it kind of comes with living. You kind of just can't. Here's the thing. When people say I don't give a fuck, and here's the thing. I've been down that road before of flat out living by that mentality of not giving a fuck. Meaning, you throw away your social life. You basically hole yourself into this perpetual state of misery. And from there, you just lose yourself. You absolutely lose yourself. I've been down that road. And I'm not going to lie to you, boys and girls. It's not just once. I've been there multiple times. God damn, I'm like a fucking VIP over there now. Like, oh, Mr. Yang, we don't need to check your card. You're good. And, you know, obviously, yeah, I mean, everyone does. I give a fuck about how people can and will perceive me. Right? And I actually do. I do give a fuck about, you know, my future. I do give a fuck about a lot of different variables in my life. I do. But, you know, when I take that mentality and mantra of not giving a fuck literally, that shit becomes a fucking disaster. I've been there where you just torture yourself. You just torture yourself because you start comparing, you know, jealousy, you know, anger, self-inflicted anger, essentially. And every fucking step of the way, you want to blame other people, right? You want to just blame it on the external things, but really it's you, right? And this is why the title is Sensitive, Sniveling, and Psychologically Shook Yellow Belly. Because I feel, right, sensitivity kind of comes from your sensibility, your experience, your psychosis, all this fucking shit that has to do with you. And sniveling, you know, right? I'm basically just kind of cornering myself in, making sure I don't get to anybody, not open myself up. And that kind of gets you fucking shook psychologically. You get in your own fucking head, right? You get in your own fucking head. You can't think proper. You can't do shit proper. And I admit, I mean, the weed doesn't help. The weed doesn't help. I don't know how many fucking times I have to say this, boys and girls. I love smoking weed. I think marijuana does have a lot of great benefits in terms of recreation and medicinal usage, but at the same time, it's a drug. It's a fucking drug. And I'm man enough to admit that weed has kind of derailed me. And I can't blame it on anybody but myself. Can't. Just can't. And, you know, a lot of times, like, all these fucking perceived ideas and of paranoia is self-inflicted. Like, trying not to give a fuck to give a fuck, like, it's a weird fucking way to phrase it, but that's the road I've been down many fucking times. And it's funny because every fucking time I'm in that state, and then you kind of shake yourself out. You're like, oh shit, what do I do? But there are people who keep coming back, keep getting perpetually stuck, and it's because I'm impatient. Like that comes down to just impatience of expectation, right? I mean, expectation breeds some level of, you know, wants and desires, and that in essence creates impatience. Song, you sound like you're talking about a bunch of fucking nonsense. I know. It might sound like that. But let me simplify this for you. Who gives a fuck what other people are doing? It's just a simple question, boys and girls. Who gives a fuck what other people are doing? You got to improve yourself. You got to dig yourself out of the hole. I'll give you my example right now. I've been smoking weed a lot, right? I'll give you an example. Yesterday, right? Ooh, he keeps on retracting on his words. Fuck you. I have like no food in my system right now. I'm like all fucking bonkered up on goddamn exercising and fruit juice. Holy fuck. Trying to go green, guys. But let me tell you about Monday. So Monday, which was yesterday, Monday I was supposed to wake up early, drop my mom off at the store, get shit done for the podcast, which was supposed to be today. And it is being recorded and released today. So hey, meeting deadlines, hooray. But the whole idea was to be home, prep all the stuff for tomorrow, go to the gym, do an open mic for Monday Fun Day at the Sand Dollars, if I'm not mistaken. But what ended up happening was just me smoking way too much weed and asking the question, oh man, who gives a fuck? I'm trying not to give a fuck today. And that is a dangerous mentality. To push all the priorities and responsibilities away for just momentary and fleeting comfort. Okay? Because again, as much as I love weed, it is a temporary thing, right? Weed suppresses a lot of the negative emotions that stir up in you, which naturally happens. I mean, you're a human being. It is bound to happen. What happens with all these, external substances like weed, alcohol, and whatever fucking crazy poison you kids do, it does trigger, it does kind of suppress the negativity down a little more, so you don't have to process as much. And when you're in that kind of, dare I say, just catacomb state, like, is it catacomb? Catatonic. Oh God, catatonic state. Yeah, if you're in that kind of catatonic state, you're fucked. Like you're not progressing. You're not doing anything. And it took me pretty much just waking up today at like fucking after 10 hours of sleep, which is like, oh my God, how do you get 10 hours? Because you smoke a bunch of fucking weed and you eat like a piece of shit, and that's what happens. Sleep for like 10 hours. You're like, oh, I wonder what happened today. You wasted your fucking day. I didn't do any of the fucking shit I had to do yesterday. Didn't drive my mom to work. I was home all fucking day, getting high as shit, eating shit food, didn't even go to the gym. And when you carry that detrimental mantra of, oh, who gives a fuck, that only fucks you over. And I'm yelling at myself. I'm only yelling because I'm like mad at myself. It's not against you, motherfuckers. Like, whoever the fuck listens to this, I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at myself. Getting frustrated. Because I want to change. I want to become better. Say this on my open mic shit. I want to live a healthier lifestyle. So February is going to bring a fun little project. But hey, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Right? It always comes back to that question. Who gives a fuck what other people are doing? Just focus on you. Just focus on getting better every fucking day. And honestly, I've been spewing that shit for the last 6 months to a year. And if we're being real fucking honest about it, I don't think I've been doing much more than I thought I'm doing. Meaning, I'm not putting in the effort. Right? Self-assessment is a bitch, boys and girls. I've said this multiple times. But the sobering reality is also this. Like, you are your own worst enemy. But it is up to you to get your ass up and do your job. All right? And I know, boys and girls, it's hard. Okay? I'm not saying any of this shit is easy. I never claim to have all the answers. These are all hypotheses. Right? The experiment is living life. And the theory comes when, I guess, you die. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't claim to have the answers. I just don't. But on this particular segment, on this particular day, on this particular topic, I do want to say this, boys and girls. Ultimately, just do your job, kids. Just do your job. Okay? Kept it nice and simple. Just do your job. Oh, he's being an asshole today. I'm an asshole every fucking day. take that fucking truth bill, and I don't know. If you want to just shove it up your ass, I mean, if that's your thing, do it. Do what you gotta do. Who gives a fuck what other people are doing? But boys and girls, it's time for some souse. Oh my god, he actually does a full episode on a Tuesday today. Guys, all game and match reviews are on the YouTube page at the SkyLounge, so make sure you check that shit out for more detailed shit. Even the fucking YouTube, I've been procrastinating like a motherfucker. But hey, here we are on Tuesday with all the fucking sauce and the goddamn fucking condiments and everything on this goddamn page today. So let's get this shit. On the Arsenal news, holy fuck, here we go. Here's the fucking misery in the Premier League week number 23 versus Chelsea. On January 19th with a 2-0 win. FA Cup round number 4 versus Manchester United at home, and we lose 3-1. And this week's take for the Arsenal, we are out of every fucking cup fixture except for the Europa League. I mean, I just bashed my fucking head in, right? Arsenal, as much as, you know, some people may live day to day, some people may live fucking month to month watching Arsenal. I look at the fucking big picture of Arsenal, and I'm very concerned. Because in other Arsenal news this week, Sven Mislintat leaving February 8th, 2019. Yeah, kind of fucked my words up there because I am fucking livid. Sven Mislintat has been only with our organization for like less than 2 years. Less than 2 fucking years. You somehow poisoned him into you pretty much created a poisonous environment is what I'm fucking imagining for him to even leave and step down. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, he got that offer from Bayern Munich, but you don't really, like, do you really think like it isn't any fucking coincidence that when Stan Kroenke takes over as majority owner, 99 point fucking whatever fucking percent, and Sven Mislintat starts seeing the trickle down effects of what the fuck that shit does, putting a bunch of fucking yes men and shit. Yeah, that'll do it. Trust me, I've been in a fucking workplace like that where the fucking, from top down, it becomes a fucking cancerous and toxic environment to work in. And you know what? If that turns out to be the case, I can't even fucking blame Sven Mislintat. I can't. Because fuck Stan Kroenke. In other personnel news, Emi Martinez loaned out to Reading. Okay, it's not like we have a fucking shortage of goalkeepers after Czech is going to fucking retire, but... And yeah, it's until the end of the season, but it's like... Who gives a shit? Who gives a fucking shit? So we got 2 fucking Premier League matches this week. Number 24 and number 25. Cardiff City, which happened today. Manchester City on Sunday. Fuck! Arsenal just gives me a migraine. Arsenal just fucking gives me a goddamn headache is what they do. But other football news, guys. Let's stop being miserable about Arsenal and be miserable about the past of Arsenal. Which is weird because, yeah, Thierry Henry got fired as Monaco manager in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, not even surprised. They were 19th in the league. They were like pretty much bottom of the league. I mean, good lord, the way Thierry Henry would just bring the most disheveled fucking personnel out there and lose matches. Like some of them, you should see that match streak of how long Thierry Henry's been in charge. It's been a disaster. It's been a fucking disaster. And yes, we love legendary players for our respective clubs, yada, yada, yada. But you also have to recognize, if they fuck up, like, they fucked up. Like, Thierry Henry, good lord, you are not ready to be a manager right now. You got a long way to go. Holy fucking shit. So that's that for world football. Don't really want to talk about anything else. I mean, I'm sure there's other shit going on. We talked about the Emiliano Sala tribute for the Arsenal football match today against Cardiff City. I'll probably get into that a little bit next week. But yeah, Emiliano Sala was transferred over to Cardiff City. Long story short, got lost in the English Channel. Most likely didn't survive. So, hey, thoughts to their family. Hopefully, yeah, I don't know. I got nothing else to say. That's just a fucking bummer. But that's all the football news. Oh my god, what a fucking sad way to end the segment. But here we go. Some positive news because we're going to talk about the Seahawks. Despite the fact that we're not in the goddamn playoffs. Michael Dixon, Bobby Wagner, and Russell Wilson all participated during the Pro Bowl weekend in Orlando. Good shit, I guess. And yeah, speaking of, NFL news, Pro Bowl weekend, AFC beat the NFC. Okay, no one really gives a fuck about the Pro Bowl, right? Because we got the Super Bowl coming up this week on Sunday. And yes, boys and girls, it is the Rams versus the Patriots. I know we haven't covered South in a long time, so I've been missing on that fixture, announcing that fixture. I'm going to make a Pigskin Picks video on more than likely Saturday, where I'm going to be previewing the matchup. I'm not really going to give you fucking stats, you know. I'm just going to give you my pick, give you my reasoning, and probably say fuck you, Stan Kroenke, at the end of the video. So be tuned in for that shit, and be tuned in for the Super Bowl. Who the fuck knows? I'm going to mute the halftime show, though. I'm going to fucking mute the halftime show. But I'm going to watch everything else. So, hey, hooray. The 2019 season fixtures are already in the works. Chargers versus Chiefs in Mexico. Unless they find it unplayable again and fucks off to LA, more than likely, because good God, that situation in Mexico this season for the Rams-Chiefs game was a fucking disaster. So don't be surprised if they switch venues. Like, don't be fucking shocked, okay? And London games, hooray! Panthers versus Buccaneers, Bears versus Rams, Bengals versus Rams. Oh, wait, Bears versus Raiders. Holy shit. Yeah, Bears versus Raiders, Bengals versus Rams, Texans versus, of course, the fucking home team, Jaguars. Like I said, if you're in the goddamn London games, your team is basically mediocrity and or just whoring themselves for attention globally. I don't fucking know. The Seahawks were there this season, and we were mediocre as fuck the season before that. So, hey. There it is. There's the NFL news. Super Bowl weekend. This weekend. It's going to be good shit, boys and girls. Now, let's move on to some Lakers news. Some Lakers action. LeBron watch at the SoundCloud. Still injured. Still not fucking coming back. And I can fucking guarantee you, this man will probably ease himself in a week's time. They say Thursday this week. I'm like, nah, bullshit. He'll probably ease himself in after the Super Bowl, after he's done hanging out with the boys, all that shit. So, yeah, LeBron not being there, you know, and we'll talk about the other injuries as well, because it's just infuriating. A loss to the Rockets, a loss to Golden State Warriors, a loss to Minnesota Timberwolves, and a win against Phoenix. Like, am I even going to fucking say the score? No. Why not, son? Because it genuinely doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter, but just seriously, just bash my fucking head in with a fucking 4x4 because everyone's injured. Yeah, LeBron's out. Rondo kind of came back. And then Lonzo's out for 4 to 6 weeks. Holy fucking shit. And Kyle Kuzma got himself kind of busted up on Sunday. So yeah, next week with the Lakers, the Philadelphia 76ers, which is happening tonight. The Clippers on Thursday. The Golden State Warriors on Saturday. Am I going to be watching most of these matches? Probably, and just, again, bashing my head into a fucking glass window or something just because I have to watch this shit. Oh my fucking God. Let's talk about the other shits that's going on in the NBA. Boogie is back! Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins is back, and he's playing for the fucking Warriors. Okay? I mean, fuck me, right? Like, no one can have anything nice. The Patriots are going to be in the Super Bowl again. The Warriors are probably going to be in the NBA Finals again. Like, no one can have anything fucking nice. So, hooray. Oh, God, I'm just shaking my goddamn head right now. Melo was going to the fucking Bulls, then got released. Like, what the fuck? No idea where he's off to. But I would just say, Melo, just go to Europe. Just go to Europe, make some fucking money, play for, like, Real Madrid or some shit. Make bank and fuck bitches over there. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. Why are you trying to stay in the U.S.? Like, no fucking decent NBA team wants you. And not even a fucking starter. Nobody wants you as a fucking starter, dude. And here's the thing. I'm just a fucking fat guy. Oh, you can't criticize athletes. Yes, the fuck I can. Like, every fucking step of the way, the eye test, the fucking stats, everything has shown us that Carmelo has depreciated in value. In every sense of the word. For him to try to cling on to what the fuck he was, dude, get over it. You're old. The fucking quote goes like this, right? Everybody's useful, no one's necessary. So, Melo, get that through your fucking head, man. Shit ain't gonna work. Just go to Europe. Shit's easier. Go to Europe. Oh, it's not that easy, so you don't even fucking know. Dude, no one in the NBA will fucking take you as a starter. That's the fucking shit he wants. It's not gonna happen. Holy shit, Melo. Get your shit together. And a player I don't really bag on, but it is unfortunate to hear this news. Oladipo is out for the season. That's a fucking shame. That's a fucking shame. I mean, that's just it for Indiana. Holy fuck. That sucks. I like Oladipo. I've seen him play live. He's awesome. Super clutch. Extremely athletic. And I hope he does well in the near future. I really do. But him being out for the season, it's a fucking bummer, dude. It really is. And speaking of bummers, another mentioning of All-Star weekends, before we have to talk about hockey here. But All-Star weekend for hockey is kind of fun. I'm thinking of the fucking football. I was kind of relating that back to football. I don't know why the fuck I said hockey, because hockey All-Star is kind of fun, relatively speaking. But captains are set for the All-Star weekend about 2 weeks from now for the Eastern and Western Conference. The East is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Holy shit. Good for him. The dude is killing it out there right now. And I'm not even fucking surprised. The dude is just going to be a dominant figure in the East for years to come. Bar from injuries. Seriously, please stay healthy, Giannis. We want you to play in the league for a long time. I want to see good players stay healthy and in the league for a long time. That's why the whole Oladipo thing fucking bums me out a lot. But hey, you got Giannis as the East captain, and who the fuck knew? West, it'll be LeBron James. What a fucking surprise. See the enthusiasm in my voice? Like, I don't give a fuck about the All-Star weekend. It's like glamour, glitzy bullshit. Who fucking cares, dude? That's all that shit is. So, that's it for NBA news. My God, Fung, you're still salty today. I think it just might be the lack of food. I just might be hangry. I might be hangry. But what kind of made me angry, typing all this shit up for the episode, was thinking about the Golden Knights this last 2 weeks, really. Because the Golden Knights started off so well. At home, 3 or 4 games in a row? I think it was 3 games in a row. But 3 home matches, and yes, you got the one win against Pittsburgh, 7-3. Against Minnesota, though, 4-2 loss. Nashville 2 days later, 2-1 loss. And really, this week's take for Arsenal. Really, last 2 weeks. Fucking defense, boys! What the fuck are we doing? Christ! Flowers just trying to do shit, and every fucking step of the way, defense just says, it'd be pretty funny if we didn't really help out Flower there. So there's that. There's that shit. Speaking of Marc-Andre Fleury, he was actually at the All-Star weekend as a goaltender for the Pacific, where he had a good time. All-Star weekend's a fun time, showing off hockey skills and shit. It's pretty cool. It's nice. But other news for the Golden Knights. Gala Night to Remember. I don't really know the specific title, but it happened over like a weekend or two ago. Bunch of rich people gathered up in suits and meeting players. That's essentially what it was. It looked cool, but it was fucking expensive as shit. I didn't want to go. I'm like, well, dude, that's like, if I want to go, it's like a fucking essentially half of a season ticket. It's like, fuck that. I'm good. I'm good on that shit. But other personnel news that was curious this week was Brad Hunt traded to Minnesota Wild for a 5th round pick. And best of luck to Brad Hunt. Excellent player when he was with the Golden Knights, and hopefully he does well for Minnesota. But it is a curious trade. We'll see how, depth becomes a thing as we move on into potential playoffs. I am fucking hoping that Brandstrom gets called up in the last 2 months and starts in the playoffs. That's the ultimate dream. And yeah, I mean, other unfortunate news that came out today, Cody Glass was deemed to be indefinitely out. One of our young prospects who right now, I believe he plays for the Portland Winterhawks. And yeah, speedy recovery to the lad. Hopefully he does get better. And again, I love our young cats. I've seen them in the preseason. Obviously, preseason doesn't mean anything, but I have an emotional attachment and things when it comes to young prospects, because you get to watch them grow, right? So hopefully they get healthier. Hopefully they get well, and hopefully Vegas gets their shit together once the All-Star weekend is done. It's done. It is done. But we're resting our players for a long while because there is going to be a 4-game road trip coming up. So, in the East Coast, we got the Carolina Panthers on February 1st, and then the following day, Florida Panthers, February 2nd. So, go Knights go. Let's get our shit. Let's get some wins. Let's get some points. Now, NHL news, All-Star Weekend, obviously we talked about it, has passed, and it was mildly interesting. I mean, Sid the Kid wins MVP in San Jose. I mean, what are the odds? San Jose. You're Sidney Crosby's bitch. So I hope that I hope that image of Sidney Crosby winning anything in San Jose is engraved in their fucking heads. I fucking hate San Jose. I fucking hate the Sharks. But hey, enough of my hatred. The Muzzin to Toronto trade was a big deal this weekend. Yes, Muzzin from LA Kings was traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs, I believe, for like 2 players and a first-round draft pick, which is nuts. But I mean, the whole thing was, yeah, Vegas made a significant trade for Tomas Tatar, who really didn't pan out to be much. Muzzin, however, feels like a different thing. He's a defenseman, can bolster that Toronto defense who's been leaking goals left and right, throughout the season. So we'll see how things turn out. And maybe Toronto will shake up the narrative and finally pass the first fucking round of the playoffs. Oh, Jesus Christ. You're only a Vegas Golden Knights fan. You can't say that. You've only been to the playoffs once. Yeah. First time in the playoffs, went to the fucking final and won a game. Fuck off. We're still losers, but fuck you. You guys haven't done shit in the last 50 fucking years. Get fucked. Get fucked. All right, guys. My God, a lot of animosity here today. A lot of anger. But hey, Dodgers signed AJ Pollock. I'm a total baseball newbie, but this seems to be the only major signing we've done at all. So hooray! I mean, I was for sure thinking, man, Harper to LA, but probably not going to happen. I don't know. But we'll have to see. Keep on the lookout and catch up with more Dodgers news as the time goes. And boys and girls, January is a special time in the world of sports because tennis kicks off in Australia. I know a lot of people don't watch the Australian Open, but it is an interesting sport. Tennis is extremely intense. I mean, it's a great one-on-one sport. And, I'm a huge fan of Federer. And unfortunately, Federer was knocked out, weeks ago. And I'm still fucking bummed out about it. But the Australian Open came to a close last weekend. And guys, want to just say this. Congratulations to Novak Djokovic on winning the Australian Open for the men's single, edging out Nadal. Fuck yeah, bye Nadal. Boom! Nadal, you lost. And congratulations to Naomi Osaka on winning the Australian Open for women's singles. Holy fucking shit. This Osaka chick is only 21 and she has already won 2 Opens. Seriously, kudos to her, and I hope she keeps growing and getting better. And my God, can you imagine post Serena? Serena's getting to this age, right? I don't think she'll in the finals, but Serena's getting to this age of we're eventually gonna retire, go away. And to have this young cat just burst out of the scenes, who, mind you, beat Serena Williams in the U.S. Open, and then Serena makes this whole fucking bullshit thing about it. But Osaka, I feel, is the real deal. Maybe I'll be proven wrong throughout the other fucking Opens this season, this year. But I really like the cut of her jib. I wish I could watch some highlights, but I mean, seriously, 21 years old and you already won 2 Opens. Congratulations to you, girl. You fucking keep doing you, man. Now, Djokovic. We gotta talk about Djokovic. This dude has been on fire. This dude has been on fucking fire. And, as much kudos as I give Djokovic, I'm not a Djokovic fan. I'm a Federer fan. So, Federer, why couldn't you do it? It's a bummer. It's a bummer, but hey, it is what it is. Again, congratulations to Djokovic and Osaka on winning the Australian Open for men's and women's singles, respectively. Congrats to you guys. Get fucked up, get wasted, and get ready for the next Open. Now, guys, remember all weekly writing is in the links in the description below. Check that shit out. Weekly writing number 4, freestyle. I just called it what, you what now? And you might think it's a fucking grammatical error or whatever. No, it was a freestyle. I kind of just wrote whatever. And it's because I'm a lazy motherfucker today. Okay, I'm trying to rush all this shit. And it is all my fault. It is. I've done this shit so many fucking times. It's not even funny anymore. But if you want to check that shit out, just kind of see where my mind is at. Like, my thought process is literally on that half sheet of paper. So if you guys want to check that shit out, have at it. It's all in the fucking links. Now, weekly film number 4, The Breakfast Club. Oh my God. Okay, so let's talk about this. The fucking plot. 5 students get stuck in Saturday detention and discover new things about each other and themselves. Seriously, kids, nothing sexual. Relax. Get your goddamn mind out of the gutter. Yes, the language is a bit vulgar, all that shit, but there's no fucking crazy fingering and goddamn blowjobs that goes on in this movie. It's self-discovery, boys and girls. It's fucking beautiful. And seriously, John Hughes, the late brilliant mind that came up with some of the greatest cinematic gems of the 1980s and 90s. I have to say, The Breakfast Club may be one of his best work. And here's also the crazy thing about it. It's only an hour and a half, and somehow everything is perfect about that movie. And spoiler alert, I give this movie a 9 out of 10, but honestly, on a good day, this is a 10 out of 10 movie. This movie is fucking great. And here's the thing, the story is so simple, but the way everything gets interweaved, it's absolutely incredible. And really, it's in thanks to large parts to the characters. And yes, I pulled the credits straight from the Wikipedia page, my children, so don't be mad if I'm just reading. It sounds like I'm reading off of a script, because I technically am, but I got the extra script from Wikipedia, so thanks, Wikipedia. Okay. Judd Nelson as John Bender, the criminal. Molly Ringwald as Claire Standish, the princess. Emilio Estevez as Andrew Clark, the athlete. Anthony Michael Hall as Brian Johnson, the brain. Ali Sheedy as Allison Reynolds, the basket case. I mean, all these characters bring about that stereotypical bullshit, but it's the way they interact with each other throughout that hour and a half. It's just so incredible. It's just so incredible. And this is what happens when you write great characters. When you can direct these individual, these pieces. And yes, Estevez, Ringwald, Nelson, Michael Hall, Shady, all of these cats were, part of that 80s group, in like fucking, what was it? Pretty in Pink. I know Ringwald wasn't Pretty in Pink. God, St. Elmo's Fire, right? I'm not missing like one or two, but was it the Brat Pack? Yeah, that's what they were called, the fucking Brat Pack. But then, in this particular movie, I feel every fucking ounce of the drama, every fucking character observation is just so tightly done and so well crafted. And that obviously just has to go massive shout outs to John Hughes. I mean, fucking A. It was just some incredible shit. And now, mind you, boys and girls, I mean, this is a small little, I feel like a drama movie, but the visuals are kind of the more underrated part of this, where nothing crazy to write home about, right? But definitely using the small school setting brings out the feeling of intimacy as the story progresses, which is a really nice touch. And shout out to the legendary Thomas Del Ruth in charge of cinematography. He's been known to do The West Wing, all these great fucking, I mean, I'm telling you, Wikipedia some of these names, and you'd be surprised how many of these people are responsible for some of your favorite fucking movies, or some of the world's, the U.S.'s favorite pastime movies. I don't know. But he's awesome. He's legendary. And the visuals, again, nothing too crazy, but at the same time, like, it feels right. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels right. And now, boys and girls, music. Don't you forget about me. Don't, la, 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 la. Simple Minds, baby. Whew. But shout out also to Keith Forsey and Gary Chang for composing the original soundtrack for the film. It's a strange mix of porno and 80s, but wait, I guess that's just the 80s. All right. Miscellaneous shit. Dude, there are so many good fucking quotes in this movie. Don't mess with the bull, young man, or you get the horns. Like, fuck, dude. Like, this movie has so many great, memorable quotes. And seriously, guys, if you haven't watched this fucking movie, you have to watch it. Because all I have to say about this movie, despite the fact that I wrote down a 9.0, I could seriously push this movie into 10 out of 10 contention, because The Breakfast Club brilliantly ties together the simplicity of its plot, diverse characters, and a fine decade appropriate soundtrack to deliver an extremely relatable, quintessential coming-of-the-age drama classic. I know that's a mouthful, but seriously, this movie is so fucking good. And I know for people who haven't watched it and have heard people talk about this fucking movie relentlessly and are brushing it off, no, dude, you owe it to yourself to watch this movie. It is so fucking well written, and it's not even a fucking spoiler. It's been out since 85 or 84. Fuck you if you haven't watched it. Crazy motherfuckers. But that scene in the last 20, 30 minutes of that movie, that scene where all five of them are just talking together, it is probably some of the best emotional acting / great writing on screen. Like, it is fucking brilliant. The way it's just crafted. I'm telling you, kids, you owe it to yourself to watch this movie if you haven't watched it already. Sound like an old man. I am an old man, you motherfucker. So watch The Breakfast Club. Now, album of the week number 4, Future 100. I don't even know how to fucking pronounce it. HNDRXX. I don't fucking know. Presents The Wizard. Misspelled by Future. So fun titty bit. I remember the first time I listened to this album was at the gym. Just a flow of energy to just fuck shit up, right? So most of these songs, I mean, when you're working out, you're not listening to lyrics. You're listening to the beat. You're listening to the fucking sound. You're listening to the rhythm. And that shit kind of helps you psychologically amp yourself up for lifting heavy weights and shit or whatever. But really, when we're breaking down this album, my favorite track is Crushed Up. Yes, it's one of the first singles from the album, but it's catchy as all fuck. And the med track, I mean, to be honest, dude, I could pinpoint this entire album. But Going Dummy. Essentially, this is the track that pretty much sums up my thoughts on Future. Incoherent words with oversimplified lines, but good production behind it. And that sounds like a really backhanded compliment, which it is. And my whole thing with the thought chorus really becomes Future delivers another list of tracks with incoherent words and meanings, but I mean, the goddamn beats and production is fantastic. So as much as I bitch about it, I will fucking listen to it. A lot of these hip-hop artists, I swear to you, I don't mean any disrespect to these individual artists or whatever, but I always feel that it's just redundant bullshit, right? So some of these rare cats that come out that have lyrics, that has flow, that has the beats, it's like, fuck, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. But it doesn't happen all too often, especially in the sea of crazy, garbage, mediocre bullshit. And I'm like, whatever. Dude, if you want to fucking imply that I'm calling these artists garbage, fuck off. Like, you sensitive prick. Like, I'm just saying, sometimes it's not for me, but I also see the pros of it. The fucking production and sound is just fantastic. I'm not complaining about that shit. All I'm saying is there's a lot of shit out there. Just, be able to distinguish it. Now, some miscellaneous shit that I want to talk about, boys and girls. Open mic. So if anybody is interested in stalking me, I will be at the following open mics this week in Las Vegas. Wednesday, the Jackpot Bar at 9 p.m. Thursday, Center for Science and Wonders, 8 p.m. And the Nerd Bar, 10 p.m. Yep, that'll be a fun fucking night. Friday, Happy Earth Market, 8 p.m. And Sunday, Noreen's Lounge, 8 p.m. Super Bowl! But I will be at the bar trying to tell some jokes, trying to do stuff. So February, the guinea pig project for February. So I might do something fun. Don't want to really specify it here right now, but just be on the lookout for the next few weeks. I really do have a lot of crazy ideas for February, physically, mentally, socially. So trust me, it's going to be a crazy ride. So next week on the Sky Lounge, February is coming soon, but fucking hell, I haven't even done a big monthly adventure, which is a fucking nightmare to even think about right now. But we'll figure it out, boys and girls. And all right, folks, thank you so much for joining me this week. Make sure you are subscribed on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at The Sky Lounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5EUNG. Now fuck off.